What's up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Just finished watching the match, and Barcelona beat Viktoria Plzen in their final match in the Champions League by 4 goals to 2. We conceded twice, but then again, this was pretty much a meaningless friendly. We went out there to earn 2 million euros. We earned it, and now we're going back home. Overall, very dull match, very boring match. But in the end, Barcelona scored 4 goals. No clean sheet, unfortunately. But again, 3 points on the board in our final match of the season in the Champions League. The starting lineup for this match is on the screen right now. It was Xavi Rating in goal, a back 4 of Hector Bellerin, Gerard Pique, Marcos Alonso, and Jordi Alba. Midfield 3 of Kessie, Pablo Torre, and Pablo Torre, and a front 3 of Raphinha, Ferran Torres, and Ansu Fati, with Alvaro Sanch, Casado, Alejandro Balde, and Ousmane Dembele making appearances off the bench. The first goal in this match was scored by Marcos Alonso and also was made by Marcos Alonso. He made a deep run from the defensive line. I believe he found Pablo Torre or Pablo Torre, one of the Pablos. They put in a through ball to Ansu Fati. Ansu Fati does a good shot under the keeper. It's rolling just outside the line, and Marcos Alonso runs and sprints with the ball and taps it into the open net and gives Barcelona the early lead. The second goal was scored by Ferran Torres. It was actually a good build-up play from Barcelona. From Kessie plays the ball into Raphinha. There's a chip through ball over the top. Jordi Alba onside, squares it across goal for Ferran Torres, and he puts it into the open net. The third goal in this match was also scored by Ferran Torres. Again, the ball is bouncing around to the right-hand side. In the end, it finds Ferran Torres. He runs through down the middle, does some great, beautiful moves, side foots it, passes 3 Viktoria Plzen players, finds Raphinha. Raphinha runs to the byline, crosses it back in, and Ferran Torres on the one time passes the goalkeeper and makes it 3-2, I believe. The fourth and final goal was scored by Pablo Torre, who of course made his full debut in the Champions League for Barcelona in this match. To be honest, off the top of my head, I forget who put the ball over the top, but there's a ball over the top, and Pablo Torre is through on goal, 1v1. He absolutely leathers it into the roof of the net, makes it 4-2, and also, unfortunately, injures himself in the process. So overall, the team performance rating on the night, I'm going to have to give it a 6 out of 10, a very, very average performance. Look, there were some good moments here and there. We had some good flowing football, but other than that, look, absolutely meaningless game. We had to go out there to win just to get those extra few million euros in the bank, and we managed to do so. I don't think we played that well. It looks like, and it felt like it was a pre-season friendly, and to be honest, it kind of was. Of course, the bench players are coming on and just playing for the sake of it, getting some minutes, getting some fitness, getting some, match rhythm in their belts. Players like Hector Bellerin, Pablo Torre, from Kessie, those players who needed, play some minutes to get up to match rhythm with the rest of the starters that are currently playing. But again, no real highlight in this match. It was very, very boring, to be honest. It felt like we're playing, into Miami back in July. No change whatsoever. But in the end, we walked with the wins. I have to get credit for that. No clean sheet, unfortunately. Although, like I said, who cares at this point? I mean, it is what it is. We're already out. We had nothing to fight for. So just getting the win is more important than getting a clean sheet. But despite that, I still don't think we played well overall in the match. So overall, I will give the team performance tonight a 6 out of 10. Let's now get into the players' individual player ratings. These will be interesting. We'll talk, of course, with the goalkeeper and Xavi Rating. And I will give Xavi Rating a 6 out of 10. Average score, of course, conceded 2 goals, conceded a penalty, but neither of the goals were his fault. I did think he made some good saves in this match. I'm thinking about that side one in the second half where he hits off the post. The 1v1 in the first half when Pablo Torre made the mistake. Also in the second half as well, he made a good save near the end of the match as well. So I think all the moments where he could have stepped up, he did. Passing out from the back was very fine as well. So, but of course, still conceded 2. So I will give him a very, very solid, in my opinion, 6 out of 10. Good debut for him for Barcelona of an official match, of course. Now for the 2 center backs in front of him, firstly was, of course, Gerard Pique on the right. I will give Pique a 6 out of 10. Again, very average for him. Didn't see him make a mistake whatsoever. Passing out from the back was very good. Yeah, I get the hate for Pique right now at an all-time high, but in this match, he was fine, did not make a mistake, did not do anything well, did not do anything poorly. Bang average, gets a 6 out of 10 for me. And also, his center back partner, Marcos Alonso, will also get a 6 out of 10 for me, despite the fact he scored a goal. Again, just like Pique, average. He played, he had some good aerial duels, although that the second goal that Viktoria Plzen conceded, it was, of course, He could have, if he jumped a bit earlier, he could have connected with the header, but he didn't. He saw it late, and in the end, they scored. So I think that kind of cancels out his goals. So again, bang average from him. Passed out from the back very well in the first half, was composed. Second half, last 15 minutes, was right on the clock. He did some good defending, got a few corner kicks. So again, just like everyone else, pretty much in this review, solid average performance from him, and I will give Alonso a 6 out of 10. Into the fullbacks now, where first we start off with Hector Bellerin on the right hand side, and for me, he was by far the worst Barcelona player on the pitch, and he will be getting a 4 out of 10 from me. I mean, I'm starting to think this man's not even better than Douglas. If you don't know who Douglas is, then read up on Douglas, the right back Brazilian for Barcelona. I don't even think Bellerin is at that level yet. My God, was he dreadful. The amount of misplaced passes this man had was ridiculous. No connection play, no build up, no chemistry whatsoever. I mean, he had that good run in the second half where he had a shot straight at the keeper, but other than that, was dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. We're looking like Alejandro Baldes playing right back this weekend against Almira, because my God, Bellerin was crap. Absolutely crap. And for me, he'll be getting a very, very low 4 out of 10 for me. But at left back, it was a better scorer. It was, of course, Jordi Alba. And like Pique, like Alonso, and like Iñaki Peña as well, he'll get a 6 out of 10. I know he got an assist, but other than that, bang average, made some good overlapping runs, put a few good crosses in there where Ferran was too late, defended well, only played an hour. I mean, I really nothing to go off of. He was bang average, and he will get a 6 out of 10 from me. Into the midfield now, where first we start off with Franck Kessie in the pivot position. I think he did okay. I will give him an average 6 out of 10. He went off with a hamstring injury. That'll be him out until, he'll be out for Almira and Osasuna 100%. He'll probably be fit, I think, by the end of the World Cup, I would assume, but that's him out until after the World Cup. I think he played well, to be honest. Showed some good signs that he can do a job at the pivot position as a lone CDM by himself. I think him and Frankie as a double pivot, we have to try at some point, whether it's, later on in January in the Super Cup or Copa del Rey. We've got to try it out. I think it could be something big. But as a lone pivot, I think Kessie against a very low opposition, of course, in a game that means absolutely nothing. He did a job. I didn't see anything magical from him, just bang average. So I will give him a 6 out of 10. Next up, of course, on the right hand side of the midfield, it was Pablo Gave. I will give Gave a 6 out of 10. Played well. He had some great movement in the first half. Good trickery. He was running past a lot of players, but second half is very, very conservative. Passing, made some good runs. He had picked up a yellow card, of course, typical Gavi. Right around was great. It was average from him again, just like everyone else. I will give him a 6 out of 10. And finally, on the left-hand side of the midfield, making his debut, of course, fully in the Champions League, was Pablo Torre. And I will give Pablo Torre a 6. I almost gave him a 5, but with that goal, I would have given him a 6. On the ball, he was okay. Off the ball, though, he was dreadful. He gave away a big chance in the first half, which Iñaki Peña saved his arse for. And then in the second half, he gave away that penalty, which, of course, in the end, led to us conceding. But then he scored a goal. So I think, again, on the ball today, he wasn't that bad. A few misplaced passes, but again, his first game for Barcelona fully as a debutant from the start. I think he did show some good signs of ability to play in the Barcelona first team. We saw some good trickery down the left-hand side in the first half. Second half, he was a bit more conservative, especially after giving away the penalty, but scored a goal, so give him credit. But again, very up and down performance. Also got injured at the end as well, so it was all over the place for Pablo Torre, but overall, I will give him a 6 out of 10. Into the forwards now. Firstly, at the left wing, it was, of course, Ansu Fati, and for me, Ansu Fati will be getting a 5 out of 10. Look, other than that shot that he had that almost went in, that Alonso tapped in for the first goal, he did nothing. Absolutely nothing. Nada. Zip. It wasn't great from him, and I get it. He's still building some confidence. Of course, coming back from a huge injury. I believe this is the first time in over a year he's starting back-to-back matches. Of course, started against Valencia over the weekend, and started today, of course, against Viktoria Plzen. So he needs building blocks. I get it, and I understand that. I believe in Ansu Fati fully. I know he'll become a fantastic player, but today wasn't on it. Let's be honest. I think didn't even make any runs in the final third that I can remember, to be honest. Overall, I will give him a 5 out of 10. Next up was, of course, the striker and my man of the match. It was, of course, Ferran Torres. I will give Ferran Torres a 7 out of 10. 2 goals, got involved a lot, and I tell you what, he's building some confidence. He's building some momentum as well. I think after this performance, I think he will start against Almira this weekend. I think it'll be him, Dembele, and Lewandowski. I think this match, this performance, has earned the right to start in the net match this weekend, and that's how it is. You know, if other players don't perform and you perform, you get that chance. Of course, Raphinha started the season, did not perform, and Ansu Fati took his place. Ansu Fati not performing, so now Ferran should be taking his spot. I think he played well, got 2 goals, looks confident on the ball, had some great skills as well in the first half. Could have had a hat-trick if he scored that cross from Jordi Alba in the first half, making runs, getting involved, and also keep in mind he's not a striker as well. So credit to him, and I will be giving him a 7 out of 10. And lastly, at the right wing, of course, it was Raphinha, and I will give Raphinha, in my opinion, a very generous 7 out of 10. I gave him a 7 because he got 2 assists. I probably would have gave him a 6, but with the 2 assists, I'll bump him up to a 7. I think, you know, how should I word this? I think in the first half, he was trying to get involved a lot, but couldn't. He had very sloppy passes. Decision making was very, very poor from him as well. Second half, he's trying to connect a lot more with his teammates. Did so, of course, with the 2 assists overall. But I feel like in the final third, Raphinha is giving me Dembele vibes in the sense that his decision making isn't that great. When he should cross, he shoots. When he shoots, he should cross. He needs to work on that. But again, we know the talent that the player has. He just needs some confidence as well. I think him and Ansu Fati at the moment are at the same level. The reports coming out saying that, oh, Raphinha is world class in training, but on the pitch he's dreadful. So I think in due course we will see the Raphinha that we paid the money for and the Brazilian star that we know that we have. But at the moment, not quite there, but slowly, surely, hopefully it will come back. But tonight I will be giving him a very generous 7 out of 10. Now for the substitutions, the subs were Alejandro Balde, Marc Casado, Ousmane Dembele, and Alvaro Sanch. To be honest, I'll give them all a 6. Firstly, Ousmane Dembele, Alvaro Sanch came in with like, what, 10 minutes left to go? Average 6, they did absolutely nothing. Casado came in, of course, as a pivot for Kessie when he got injured, did okay, give him an average 6. Balde did show some great flair on that left-hand side, had some good trickery. He made this one run in the second half where he runs past like 3 Viktoria Plzen players, cuts inside, he has a through ball for Raphinha, but doesn't play it again. That will come with experience, hopefully. If he puts that through ball in, that's an assist for him. So I think he showed some moments, but again, probably give him a 6 out of 10 like I did with the rest. And last but not the least is, of course, the manager, Xavi Hernandez, who for me will be getting a 6 out of 10. Basically like everyone else. Look, did nothing wrong, picked a great lineup, got the 3 points, no clean sheet. Wish he used all 5 subs, and then again, he was put in a bad situation where he had 1 more interval left for substitutions, had 3 left. Pablo Torre got injured, he had to make quick changes and have another sub ready to go. So I'll come some slack in that sense, but again, just like everything else today, just average. I can't really give him credit for anything else. Credit to him. I'll give him credit though for making rotation in the team. Good subs. I would love to have seen Elias Akumash come off the bench, maybe for Ansu Fati, get some, you know, Barcelona B players their Champions League minutes. But other than that, no real complaints from Xavi. Did what he had to do today, and I will be giving him a 6 out of 10. So that was a match review for Viktoria Plzen versus Barcelona in the Champions League. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and of course, leave me your thoughts down below in the comments on everything we discussed. But the main thing I want to first see, of course, is your thoughts on the match, your player ratings, and also your manager rating as well. And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Take care, and Forza Barca.